excited about this video today because if you're a real estate agent, let me tell you, you want to watch this video until the end, because what I have for you is so good that when I was doing research and preparing for this video, I was like, maybe I should go into real estate. It's that good. Like, it's seriously good. If you're looking to get into real estate, like by the end of this, you can carve yourself a nice niche of customers, like high-paying customers, because that's what I want to talk about. I want to share with you how you can use digital marketing to get high-end customers. I mean people who can pay a decent amount of money where you'd earn a decent commission on each sale. And I'm going to share with you how you can use digital marketing to do this. So this is so exciting. Like I am on fire. I cannot wait. So if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to this channel, because when I'm dropping bombs like this, you want to be the first to know. You don't want to be the last one in your industry when everybody is doing all these things that I'm going to be advising you to do, and they've made all the money and they've carved for themselves that niche, and then you're getting in as a laggard. So you want to subscribe because I'm dropping stuff like this every week, twice a week sometimes. So yeah, so let's get started. Oh my gosh. You know what the first thing you should do? First of all, I'm gonna give you I actually wrote them down just so I make sure I don't forget. But I'm going to share with you 5 tips, 5 things that you can do to get high ticket customers with digital marketing for your real estate business, or for yourself if you're a real estate agent and you're freelance. You can use this tip. So this is really good. So the first one, make friends with a photographer. That's number 1. You know, when I see listings, like really good listings, but you got somebody with a phone, they took a couple of pictures, they're not that great, they're not very flattering, you're trying to sell a property, you'd rather increase the cost of that property or your commission by a little bit more so that it can cater for photography, which is so minuscule that you understand what I mean when I say you don't even need to increase the price. You can really factor it in if it's going to help increase your conversion rate. Quality pictures are important for real estate. Somebody interacts with a picture before they get to the property. How do you scroll? Like, even for you, if you're looking for a house, what's the first thing you do? You look at pictures, the one that gets your attention, you're like, oh wait, pause. Then you check out a couple of pictures, then you go to next. So people are going to interact with pictures that represent the property before they see the property. So you want to make sure that these pictures represent the property and they look good and they look professional. They look like, you know, you as an agent, you look serious. Like, you didn't just go take a couple of rough pictures, which I have seen, and I'm always like, man, you're selling a property. Why would you take pictures with a phone? Like, why not just take decent pictures that show that you really are in this to win, that you really have a stake? You're not just putting out pictures there and hoping that you learn something, but you're not really focused. Like, what does that tell your potential customer when you can't even get decent pictures for your property? So get a photographer. And if you're watching this and you're a photographer, let me tell you, connect with real estate agents and offer photography services. That's a great niche. That's a great idea. Bonus tip right there. So that's the first thing that you should do. The second thing, which is like why I'm so excited, make friends with a videographer. Why? Because you're going to start your YouTube channel. You know why I think you should start your YouTube channel? There's so many reasons why you should start your YouTube channel, and I'm gonna share these with you. But the next thing that you want to do is make friends with a videographer. Somebody who has good lighting, a good camera, flattering camera, understands how to stage a place and do production, and they can give you like inputs and help you understand what's the most flattering angles and stuff like that. You want to make friends with somebody like that. Get them on your payroll so you can pay them, and I'm going to share with you how you can set up your channel and make it work for you. But let me go to tip number 3. Oh yeah, tip number 3 is start a YouTube channel. So I'm going to get into the details of that. Tip number 4, start sharing your listings on, actually I think I've gone into I'm now expounding on the YouTube channel. So yeah, so this is what you're going to post on your YouTube channel, and I'm going to go into a bit more detail on that. First of all, there's this guy called Ryan Searhart or something like that. Serhart. This guy sold a property worth $40 million on FaceTime. What does that tell you? And by the way, if you don't know this guy, like, you really should, like, go onto YouTube after this video, not now, like, wait, Ryan will be there, but check out the stuff that people do on YouTube in other markets for real estate listings. Like, it's incredible. So why not do it? There's almost nobody doing it here. You would be the first, depending on when you're watching this video, but you need to take action. Like, literally, I'm not kidding. Like, seriously, start a YouTube channel, because if people can sell properties worth millions of dollars on FaceTime, there's a market for you to show the properties that you have on your list on YouTube. And guess what? So one of the things, so let me just get into that. I'll the other stuff let's park that for another time. But here are the advantages of starting a YouTube channel. First of all, this thing will work for you when you're asleep. So when you put up your listing, on YouTube, YouTube doesn't, it doesn't shut down. So when you're asleep, when the person is looking through or searching for properties and stuff like that, when you're hanging out with your kids on Sunday, this thing is going to be working for you to show your listings. And whether that listing is still available or not, somebody can see and start to get tempted. So that's one. Like, this thing will work for you throughout. The second thing is that you can use this to build trust with people who are looking to buy property. You know how Ryan sold the property for $40 million? He was selling it to somebody who had seen him. I think the guy was like in Dubai or something like that. So this guy had been following him and seeing, and he had built trust with his audience. So somebody who's going to invest that amount in a property that he's never seen, he knows what you're about because he's been following you. So you've built trust with this person, you've got rapport with this person. So now when you talk about your property, when you talk about what's good, what the shortfalls of a particular property are, and you're building trust, you're sharing tips. That's another thing that you should share. Like, tips, how do you find a good property in Kiambu? How do you buy on Thika Road, or do you buy on Mombasa Road? Like, some of these things that you who's in real estate should really know. Like, how does somebody not get conned? What are the signs of a good property? What should you look for if you're investing, for example, 40 million shillings in a house? What should you look for? What should you avoid? What kind of neighborhoods should you be looking at? If you're looking to buy your first house at, say, 5 million shillings, what should you look for? What's useful? What tips can you share with somebody who's looking to buy their first house that will help them make a better decision, whether they're buying it from you or buying it from somebody else? Because guess what? Even if they go and buy it from somebody else, other people will see that level of trust that you're building with them, and they'll trust you. So even if that's gone, it's okay. The market is big, the ocean is big. So you're still building trust with other people who are watching your channel forever, because it doesn't stop. You get how powerful this is, as opposed to all the work that you're doing listings, showing people around, open houses, having to smile all day in, day out. This thing you do once, and then the thing just works for you. How cool is that? Yeah? Are you with me? Like, let me hear you say yes in the comments. Just put for me, like, yes. If this is making sense for you, like, just hit the yes. And then I know to share more tips with you around this topic. So, and I'm so glad I wrote notes, because I keep getting so excited that I'm even forgetting some of the things that I wrote like a minute ago. So another thing is, right? You've got people who are looking to buy high ticket properties. One of the things that they usually all have in common is they are busy, right? They're busy. It's hard to get them to give you an hour of your time or half an hour in their day for you to take them to the property. Now, if you've made a video of this property, if they know about you in advance, Like sometimes they could just say, hey, you know, I don't need to see the property. I've got this money lying around. I need to invest in property. Jacqui, could you just walk me through this property in Lavington and just, you know, tell me foundationally what you think about it? Is it a good investment? Can we negotiate more? Does it need stuff to be fixed? Like you could literally do the same thing where you use FaceTime or Zoom or Skype to sell property to these people who are busy, or to get them interested. So the fact that you do these videos on YouTube, people will even start asking you, hey, why don't you do the same thing for my house, and I'll pay you to put this up on your channel. Like, how cool is that? Didn't I tell you I'd be dropping gems? And like, tell me yes in the comments below. Just tell me yes. And if you haven't liked this video, like, now is the time, because you know, like, you're going to get value, because I still have more stuff to come. So another thing is, we're going through like this whole COVID period, right? Your channel is COVID proof, so it will work irrespective of COVID. Even if the city goes into a lockdown, it doesn't matter, your videos are up. It doesn't matter. You could walk somebody through a property on Skype, on Zoom, on FaceTime. And that ties into my next tip. You know what that is? Can you guess? Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, diaspora. So guess what? Somebody's in another country. They're looking to buy property. Who are they going to go to? The person who already has a channel that has subscribers, that they've been talking about properties and showing other properties and explaining and giving tips, and they've built trust. They binge on your channel. They tell you they've got money that they need to invest home, instead of giving it to a relative to ask them for safekeeping, and we know usually how that goes. You can build trust with the diaspora community and start getting paid in pounds and dollars. Like, you have diaspora as a market. I have a friend of mine who was selling property down in the coast, and a significant amount of because they had multiple properties, a significant amount of the properties that they sold were bought by people in the diaspora. So there's a market in the diaspora. They just usually don't know who to talk to, because they don't know who to trust. Because sometimes you talk to a relative, to a real estate agent, you send the money, and you know these things, right? So imagine you build this channel, you build this following, you build this reputation. You're able to tap into markets that you couldn't access before. Cool, right? Okay. So yeah, so that's another tip. And then another thing, I'm so glad I wrote this down. So another thing is the fact that while you're walking, like on your channel, when you create this video, you're able to share additional information that you may ordinarily not be able to share, or somebody may not be able to see this when they just see a picture. So if they see this listing and they just see the picture and they're like, bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, spacious, size, that's all right. That's good information for the beginning. But how much more powerful is a video where you walk them through the house and you tell them what you're feeling, and you share the quality of the floor, and you share the quality of the granite or the marble counters in the kitchen, or you share the fact that the security system is this kind and this is what it can do, and you share all these different tips that you may not be able to capture in a picture. Actually, you'll not be able to capture in the picture. Things around, like access to pets, access to whatever, I actually wrote down a couple of gyms nearby. So things around, like if there are gyms nearby, if there are schools nearby, parks nearby, what direction the light comes in the morning, what side the sun sets, how the view is like at night, things like who owned it before, things that you may not be able, you won't be able to show this stuff on picture. How powerful is that house, that listing, that I walk in with you and you're just busy talking about it, and you're like, oh, this is so grand, you should be here. Look at how the light comes in. It's so airy. It's so hot outside, but it's so cool on the inside. You're just talking about it, and then you're walking and you walk into the kitchen and you ask them, how would you feel to make Thanksgiving dinner here, or Christmas dinner? How would you feel? Look, there's so much space on the counters, and these counters won't burn because they're granite. They're top quality granite. No. And you start giving your examples. You start saying how amazing are these counters? How amazing is the space in this kitchen? Like, it can fit 15 people, and they can, you can cook, and there's the space for the oven, and I would put my refrigerator here, and the lighting is perfect, and it overlooks the garden. Look at that. Imagine that view while you're cooking or washing dishes, and you're just seeing that beautiful view. And guess what? There's even a barbecue downstairs or in the balcony where you can, on the terrace, where you can barbecue for nyama choma for your friends. Like, you want to see. I'm painting you a picture and I don't even have the video yet. Imagine how much more powerful it is when you make that video. Like, I'm really excited. And please, if you do have a channel that you sell real estate, or you're doing this on your channel, tag me in the comments and let me know so I can check it out, and then I can give you feedback and I can follow you back. Yeah, cool. All right, so my final tip, or almost final. Gosh, I've got so much stuff. Yeah, so let me give you my final one, because I've got to leave some stuff for next time so that you can come back to my channel. But let me give you my final tip. Yeah, one of the things that there's this thing called the law of diminishing intent. So when you see something and you watch it and you want it, the longer it takes you for you to have it, your intention, especially when you're buying something, I'm not talking about getting a girlfriend, like that I think might work in reverse, but or boyfriend. Well, I don't know. I digress. But this thing about the law of diminishing intent is such that the longer it takes you to own this thing, or to start getting utility from this purchase, or to be able to buy this purchase, your intention reduces. So if this person's interested in buying a property and they have to wait until Monday, so maybe it's Saturday afternoon, and they have to wait until Monday when you open your office, or when they can call, or when they can book an open house over the weekend, like, it just reduces their intent every day that goes by, which reduces your chances of being able to close that sale, right? So you want to be able to strike while the iron is hot. When the listing is available and you have a video that walks the person through the property, and you have a way for them to even buy it, like they can literally click a link and see the details of deposits they need to do, or whatever it is that they need to do, or even if they have to still wait until Monday, they are already more or less sold. But if all they have to go with is a picture of this property, and then wait until Monday so they can book a viewing, like say on Wednesday, and then hopefully it doesn't collide with anything on their schedule, and then come and see the property, and then make a decision, like, you've already lost too much time. So you want to be able to strike while the iron is hot. So show them the listing, walk them through the listing, let them get excited by the listing. Then you want to use this whole law of diminishing intent to combat it, because it's probably prevented you in the past from closing some of the deals that were red hot one day and then cold the next. Right? Cool. So if right now you're thinking, hey, Jacqui, I have this fear of doing video, I'm not like you, I don't know how to do it, I'm going to put a video on this end screen, a link to a video on this end screen, so that you can see that video, because I actually talk about the fear of doing films and filming. So how do you attack that? And I'll put the link to that video so that you can watch it. And I look forward to seeing you here again the next time. I know you got value from this, so hit that like button. Yes, I know, I have to mention it, because sometimes people don't actually hit the like button yet they've enjoyed it. And if you are not in real estate but you have a friend in real estate, share this video with them. And I will see you next time. Ciao.